Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Adelina and I make videos about living in this tiny house on wheels and living a more intentional life. Today's recipe is something super easy and really delicious, and it is basically a sausage and pepper wrap. Now you can put this on sub buns, hoagie buns as well, but I find that can be a little messy, so I usually just put them in wraps. And it's really easy to make. It's a great recipe for leftovers, and it's delicious. Even if you don't want to put it in a wrap, you can put it over rice, couscous, whatever you want. So let me show you how to make it. To make our sausage and pepper wraps, we're going to start with some plant-based sausages. I've never tried these President's Choice. I had them in my freezer, and I am trying to clear up my freezer for the move, so we're going to use these. They're spicy Italian. Don't know how spicy they are, but I'm looking forward to trying them. We also want some mushrooms. This is 227 grams, sliced mushrooms, and 2 peppers. Now I had 1 green pepper that I had in the freezer, and then this 1 red, 1 medium-sized onion. We need some oil for frying, some vinegar, either red wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar or white vinegar, some sugar, and some wraps or hoagie buns, whatever you decide to use. Then we need some basil leaves. And I'm going to live dangerously, even though they're spicy Italian sausage and sriracha wraps. I'm going to also add some chili flakes. That's all. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is get our sausages cooking. I've never used these President's Choice ones before, so I don't know how much fat is in them. Please excuse Sophie, she's up in the loft being squirrely. I'm not going to add oil just yet because, again, I'm not sure how much oil is in these. If they're a little dry, then I'll add a little bit of oil, but we're going to start by just getting them cooked a little bit, and then we're going to slice them. So with that on, I'll open my window. And I'm just going to throw these in there, because what we want to do is cook them on the outside enough so that they'll stay together when I slice them into rounds. Hope that makes sense. So while those are cooking, I'm going to dice up my onion and the other pepper. Again, I have that green pepper that was in the freezer, and I'm trying to use up all the veggies that I have in my fridge and in my freezer in particular, just so that I don't have to move them. And you want everything to be sliced, including the onion. Okay, so these are pretty dry, so I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to pull these out, and I'm going to slice them into rounds. Now I'm going to arrange these in a single layer, as much as possible. And I think I will add a little bit more oil, because I want these to get crispy. Or, yeah, nice and crispy. That's the right word. I've resisted the urge to taste the sausage until the recipe is done, because again, I don't know how spicy what they're calling spicy Italian is. All right, so there's a little bit of oil left in there. I'm going to add the onions. and the peppers. And then we're just going to let that just simmer just a little bit before we add our mushrooms in. The mushrooms will also release a little bit of moisture. And we will get all of the veggies cooked. Okay, so the peppers and onions have sauteed a little bit. They're still not sweated down, but I'm going to add the mushrooms in. So I've added a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of bay leaves. You can also use oregano, you could use Italian seasonings, you could use pretty much any herb blend you want. Oops. And I'm adding 1 teaspoon of the chili flakes. This is optional. Maybe half a teaspoon, because I do have other hot things in here. Okay, so I'm gonna cover this with the lid again, turn it down, and just let this cook until the mushrooms have cooked and the onions and peppers are soft. All right, so that is simmered and the onions and the peppers have softened. Oh, the mushrooms have released their moisture. Ooh, it's very steamy in here. And now I'm going to add back in our sausages. And we're going to add in our final ingredients. Now, 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of vinegar, 1 tablespoon of white sugar. You can add more or less, but you're basically making a kind of a sweet and soury sauce, so you need a little. So I'm just going to let the sauce thicken. All right, we are done. Okay, I'm going to try and zoom in for this. So we have our wrap. And get some sausage in there, some mushrooms. Oops. You can see how this would be messy. It's messy anyways, but you can see how it'd be messy in on a hoagie, even messier. Okay, let's cut this in half and have a look at it. Okay, let's give this a try. It's already dripping. Definitely spicy. Those sausages are spicy. I don't think the wraps are that spicy, but that's really good. These sausages are delicious. The President's Choice sausages, I'm really impressed with them. Tons of flavor, a really good texture. Not a weird aftertaste or weird texture, and not as greasy as the Beyond or the Impossible sausages that I have tried. I'm gonna go eat my dinner. Sophie is having hers. I don't know if you can see her. There she is. Sophie. Hi. She's like, quit bugging me. I'm trying to eat dinner. I'm gonna go eat mine. So remember, guys, in a world where you can be anything, eat good food, be kind. I love you, and I'll see you next time.